Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 6.
Coming up tonight, fighting fearlessly. Firefighters keep up their good work in battling the South Fork wildfire. What their new objective is to completely contain the blaze. Also tonight, ag assistance. Ukrainian delegation visiting Nebraska to get some advice. What Nebraska is telling them to help out their farmers and ranchers. And back-to-back, the U.S. men's soccer team picking up their second win of the World Cup. How far fans in Lincoln believe the team can push into the tournament. But first, let's get to your weather, get you caught up on chances for some severe weather that we have. The rain has been rolling in for a little while this afternoon. This view of some light rainfall sent into our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Melanie. How much longer is it going to keep on raining? Well, we'll find out. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We're currently on a flood watch in the capital city with the sheer amount of rain that we could be getting. Let's look out around southeast Nebraska with our network of cameras here in Lincoln. The rain is pretty much stopped, but it sounds like some areas tomorrow could get hit with a lot more of it. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins to tell us more. Rusty?
That's kind of how this forecast is going to go, too. We've seen some rain, and now we're going to catch a break, then more rain, then a break, and then more rain, then a break. Now, I think this will be the longer of the breaks between this rainfall that just fell and tomorrow. But tomorrow could be an interesting day. We are looking at quite a bit of rainfall potential. So because of that, the Storm Prediction Center has south central and southeast Nebraska in a moderate risk for excessive rainfall. That means up to 5 inches in spots. Not everybody, but a few spots could see up to 5 inches of rainfall. Most of the area will see 2 inches or more. And then up to 3 inches in spots in the yellow shaded area, and then an inch of rain possible in the green shaded area. Because of that potential for some up to 5 inches in some spots, a flood watch in place for excessive rainfall potential. And again, 3, 4, 5 inches of rainfall in some spots possible in that green shaded area. Not going on right now, though. We've got a mixture of clouds and sun, really turned into a pretty nice evening. Spot sprinkles still a possibility through 7 p.m. and then partly to mostly cloudy skies through 11 p.m. Temperatures hovering around that 70-degree mark. Not much wind. Goodness. Honda of Lincoln at 27th and Yankee Hill Road. 68 degrees. That light rain has come to an end. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. A little warmer further south and west. But there's that rainfall moving through, making its way towards Iowa. Zooming out again, just a sprinkle or two still out there that will linger through the next few hours. But there's a good chance for some severe weather as we head through the next 24, maybe even 48 hours. That forecasted a few.
Thank you, Rusty. Well, anytime weather takes a turn, citizen journalists and our team here at KOKN have you covered on the Now Local News app. We'll be giving updates from storms and posting scenes of them as well. Scan the QR code there on your screen and download the app for free. You can also safely record videos of weather activity. You can upload them to the app and get paid for doing it. The United States is shocking soccer critics, becoming the second team in the World Cup to qualify for the knockout rounds. The 2-0 win over Australia today is enough to punch their ticket and landing them an extremely favorable tournament route. This is the predicted bracket, and seedings have the potential to change as other results come in over the next couple of weeks. Regardless, a very exciting time to be a fan of this team. And the fans here in Lincoln once again showed up in droves to cheer the U.S. men's national team on. The rail yard was jam-packed for a watch party not too long ago. Our Jake Holman is out there. He was partying with them for a while there. After that massive win for the U.S., how are the fans feeling? You've been talking to them. Some of them went inside. How's it going?
Yeah, Ron, just a couple hours ago, nothing but USA chants and smiles filling this place here at the Rail Yard in downtown Lincoln as fans got to witness the United States punch in their ticket to the round of 32. Of course, we saw the U.S. team took down Australia 2-0 earlier this afternoon in Seattle, but who they'll face and when they'll play remains to be seen. But if there's one thing for sure, as you can see here, the scenes here in the rail yard painted the picture that these fans were just having a good time cheering on their country. And despite star player Christian Pulisic being out today, these fans say the U.S. can beat anybody.
Hey, 9 points are on the table. We've got so much left to give for this country. We've got so much left to give for everything on it. We can go as far as we want to go.
USA, baby, we're in there.
We're in
out
there.
playing teams Well, I mean, I'm thinking Final Four, maybe Final Four. Final Four. Give us Portugal. Give us Argentina. Who cares? Who cares?
And you just love to see that passion from the fans here in Lincoln. The U.S., though, will face Turkey for its final group stage match next Thursday. And now they also tell me one of the best things they've seen so far from this squad, they say, is the team chemistry. We'll talk more about that tonight here on the news at 10. For now, though, boarding live here in downtown Lincoln, Jake Holman, Channel 8 News.
All right. Thank you so much, Jake. New developments for an intersection that has seen some really bad crashes lately. We're talking about Highway 77 in Warlick, where construction continues. The intersection, we want to let you know, is going to be closed between the hours of 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. starting tonight, going through Monday. And DOT releasing this map showing the detour routes for drivers. During the hours that it is closed, crews will be installing girders for the new bridge that will go over Highway 77. Well, right now, tacos on the go. How one restaurant owner is pushing past obstacles to get his food across Lincoln. With the Old Street project going full steam ahead, things are a bit harder to get to access to, right? So one business owner is creating options to bring his food closer to you. Birria Boss is the place, and Channel 8's Danielle De Silva visited them to see how they are expanding. She joins us live now. And Danielle, you had a taco at 5 o'clock. What do you got for us tonight here at 6?
Another taco. They're just that good, but I'm so sorry, Rod. Let's talk about it. Okay, the Birria boss himself, Jordan Jackson, you can see him right there behind me. He just purchased a food trailer. And this is a little hard with food in my mouth, but he tells me that the food trailer is going to allow him to bring his food to those patrons that are unwilling to put up with the barriers around here, and they'll still get fed.
Sales have been consistently lower, unfortunately. And we're not necessarily like profiting a ton, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So we're losing some of our profits for sure. I just figured getting that food truck and you know, doing all that will help mitigate the losses essentially. And then also at the same time help us build and grow.
Jordan Jackson started Birria Boss in 2019, right from his home kitchen, making sales through word of mouth, then opened this O Street location in 2023, where he whips up fan favorites.
But the top sellers would probably be the tacos, the wings, and maybe our quesadilla. My favorites would be the tacos, the wings, or the gorilla cheese sandwich, which is top tier.
Rapidly picking up a reputation for delicious food.
I cannot say enough good things about the food.
But when construction took over, affecting the amount of patrons visiting the restaurant, he said sales dropped by 30%. That's when he decided to purchase a food trailer and expand, growing his business, but also his connection to the community.
I love Lincoln, to be honest. I will probably end up buying a house here, turning, you know, losses into lessons, essentially.
Jackson says the buzz of the truck is already helping attract new people. That and the deals he offers to the city as well, giving discounts to first responders, teachers, students, and giving them out on holidays too.
What brings you in today? Juneteenth. I wanted to pour into my community, had to be intentional of coming here, and so we knew that we would probably have to park a couple blocks away, but it's really important to me to support local businesses, and especially during times of construction like now.
Birria Boss will remain open under normal hours, but Jackson says when he determines the location for the trailer, he'll post it to Facebook. So if you have a suggestion as to where you'd like to see the trailer, you could drop it there and we'll have a link at klkntv.com. Reporting live from Birria Boss, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you so much, Danielle. Stay with us. We have more for you after the break, including growing guidance. A delegation from Ukraine visiting with the Nebraska Secretary of State, how Nebraska is helping ag producers from around the world. We're back in 1 minute. 80% contained, with total acreages burned so far right around 40,000. Crews are currently patrolling and monitoring the fire as needed. The black perimeter shown here highlights where exactly the containment lies, while the red indicates what officials are still working on to control. All fire evacuation orders are lifted, and fire managers are scaling back personnel as activity decreases.
Everything's looking really good out here. The crews and engines are being very diligent to go out and check those previous days' areas of heat that they had, make sure those are all secure. And so everything is looking really good throughout Division Zulu yesterday, all the way around Crawford here. And of course, we'll continue to update you as containment progresses. New at 6, Ukraine delegation taking a trip to Nebraska for some agricultural advice. The Nebraska Secretary of State posting this picture from the meeting. The Ukrainians are here to meet with some of our companies that specialize in irrigation solutions. They're doing this to explore how they can utilize Nebraska's irrigation expertise to address agricultural challenges Ukrainian producers are currently facing.
Speaking of irrigation, we have a lot of rainfall headed our way. Some spots may see several inches of rainfall. We'll have the forecast when we come back.
Since the
Bond sale for LES is saving them a whole lot of money. The Series 2026 bond totaled nearly $300 million, with payoff dates that are stretching from next year to the year 2048. The transaction is expected to save LES more than $4 million, and some of that money is going to be going to continue studying future nuclear power plant. Here's the board talking about it today.
Staff briefed the committee on the other related consortium activities and provided a brief overview of the results of Phase 2 of the nuclear siting technical screening study that was posted in May 2026 and was funded through federal authorizations and statutory action taken by the Nebraska legislature.
The steps taken by LES here may signal the possible announcement of a future nuclear power plant soon. New details now on a Saturday concert, bringing a few changes that fans should know about. The 38 Special in Kansas concert, taking place on Saturday, June 20th, tomorrow, is moving to Pinnacle Bank Arena due to possible bad weather. It was going to be out there at Pinewood Bowl, but to be safe, they're doing it at PBA. Arena officials announcing this change and say that all previously purchased tickets will still be honored at the new venue.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
I'd love to hear that too, the concert being moved to a different venue. It's great to have a backup plan. Always have, if you have outdoor plans in spring or summer in Nebraska, especially early summer like we're doing right now, always have that indoor backup plan just in case, because Saturday is going to be an interesting day. Now, we just had a line of storms roll through the capital city. Kind of cleaned everything off. It was a nice brief shower, didn't amount to much, just maybe a tenth or a quarter of an inch in some spots, little lightning, that was about it. Alocam looking towards a mixture of clouds and sun out there. A few rain showers lingering, we'll look at that here in a second. 60s and 70s, comfortable. Right around 65 in Omaha and Wahoo, 68 in Lincoln, 67 in Beatrice, 70s from Kearney to Aurora, York, and Hebron. Dew points, I mean, it just rained. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit higher than it has been, but right around 60. Not much of a wind. That is light and out of the east. There's that line of storms, and again, a few spot sprinkles still lingering out there. A couple of bolts of lightning just southeast of Nebraska City, headed towards Iowa and Schubert. Mostly cloudy skies otherwise. Zooming way out, I think we're done with precipitation of significance for now. Things are going to change. Now here's for the rest of tonight, a few scattered showers and lingering storms. Those move off quickly. Spot showers through 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then that'll be about it. Fast forward though, I'm going to point this out first. Numerous severe storms possible with an enhanced risk. Just want to point that out. It's in the middle. Here's the high, moderate. This is what we're looking at for parts of south central and southeast and southwest Nebraska. Then a slight and a marginal risk. That's because of this. So now you know what all that means. We have an enhanced risk along and south of Interstate 80, the slight risk from Lincoln to Columbus, Grand Island, North Platte, and towards the Panhandle, and then on the very northern edge here, that level 1 marginal risk. But this is the area that could see, I think damaging wind is going to be the main threat. Large hail is also a significant portion of this, especially in this red shaded area. Hail up to tennis ball size hail, golf ball size hail in the yellow, and then just up to 1 inch possible in the brown. A tornado threat is out there as well, right on the edge here, that low risk. That usually means just a quick spin up tornado. They can still do damage, but the quick spin up tornado also a possibility in this brown shaded area, but possibly just a little bit stronger than the ones in the green shaded area. Then the damaging wind threat, that's what I was mentioning earlier. This area right here could see in excess of 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, 65 to 70 in the yellow, and up to around 60 or 65 in the brown shaded area. So how does it all play out? Well, we're already going to see another round of storms by 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Cluster in north central and parts of western Nebraska. That makes its way east and just kind of stretches out. And by about noon to 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, isolated strong storms from Beatrice, Lincoln, Columbus up towards O'Neill and Valentine. This tries to fizzle out a little bit. Some models have this completely out of our area by 5, 6, 7 o'clock. This model has it lingering. While this one, notice right here, that's your damaging wind and your hail threat right there, maybe an isolated tornado. That makes its way from west to east. So lots going on right here, and then watch what happens. It's just all over the place. Hopefully they just run into each other and kind of weaken and all we see is rain, but the potential will be there for strong to severe storms as we head through Saturday evening. Another wave right here. This could be a lot of wind associated with that. That's 2 o'clock in the morning there, but I think by about that time everything starts to weaken and pulls to the south and southeast. Another potential for some strong storms in western Nebraska Sunday, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Rainfall potential, a lot of rain. So because of the 1 inch to 3 inches to maybe up to 5 inches in isolated spots, we have a flood watch for that area for excessive rainfall potential. Temperatures tonight, right around 60, highs tomorrow. Probably a cooler day with all the clouds and the rainfall potential. So storms likely on Saturday, lingering into Father's Day morning. And then temperatures hovering around 80 for several days, even the middle 70s Sunday and Monday. And small chances for storms Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Thank you, Rusty. Right now, many Lincolnites are participating in Juneteenth celebrations. The International Quilt Museum near East Campus has one tonight. It goes until 7 o'clock. So, hey, you got about 40 minutes if you want to check it out there. The athletic director at the Malone Center will be talking about his education and coaching career. It's a great way to get some new perspectives on Juneteenth. Coming up next, we're heading into the sports zone. Nate's Team USA picking up their second win of the World Cup today, and they look good.
Yeah, they sure did, Rod, and that was without Christian Pulisic as well. We're going to have more on Team USA and tomorrow's Battle of the Boneyard event. See you back here in a few.
The story. Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, hey, what's going on? Thanks so much for tuning into the Sports Zone on this Friday. I hope all is well. Nebraska football at Memorial Stadium will host the Red Sea Rising event tomorrow, which includes the second annual Battle of the Boneyard 7-on-7 tournament. And there will be a special announcement to cap the evening tomorrow. Excited to hear what that is, but this event will open at 6 p.m. and fans are asked to enter at gate 20 on the east side with an ADA accessible entry at gate 15A. Now, parking in many campus lots around Memorial Stadium will be free and is available on a first-come, first-served basis. Lots will be accessible after 3 p.m. Concessions will be available, and the first 500 fans will receive a free T-shirt courtesy of Adidas. The Battle of the Boneyard will conclude with the championship rounds beginning in Memorial Stadium at approximately 7 p.m. And the tournament will take place throughout the day leading up to the final rounds, and an opportunity here for well, the fans to see some of the nation's top high school talent show off their skills here in Lincoln. It was a lot of fun last year as well. Well, let's talk some Husker softball. Nebraska getting another transfer to join the team, picking up its third edition from the transfer portal. The 2025 MAC Freshman of the Year, Samantha Bolding, announcing her commitment to Nebraska. Bolding will be a junior for the Huskers after spending the first 2 years of her career at Toledo. In 2025, Bolding went 46 for 143, a total of 322 batting average. She scored 31 runs and drove in 38 on 46 hits. Well, let's talk about the U.S. men's soccer team today in action in their second FIFA World Cup match, and they did not disappoint. The United States taking down Australia 2-0 today to secure a place in the round of 32. They still have one more group stage game to go before that. No Christian Pulisic today, and still U.S. finds a great team win for the team. Finally, the College World Series will kick off the championship series tomorrow between North Carolina. The Tar Heels have not lost in the CWS, taking down Ole Miss and West Virginia twice to advance to the championship series. And they look for their first title in school history. Oklahoma also went unscathed in Omaha, taking down Alabama and Georgia twice to reach the finals. They will look for their third title and first since 1994. And then note about tomorrow's game. The game has been moved up to 2 p.m. Due to impending inclement weather. Parking lots surrounding Charles Schwab Field will be open at 8 p.m. Gates will open at noon. Stadium box office will also open at 10 a.m. So just a little heads up there. That will do it for sports tonight, though. Rob will go ahead and send things back over to you.
Well, thank you, Nate, for the great segue, because we're going to check in with Rusty right now and get a final check of the weather and what people should expect.
Well, it's looking like a pretty good chance for rain. Maybe some hail, maybe a little bit of damaging winds. There's a lot going on, so I'm gonna have to keep track of all of this. Nothing right now, though. We've got just some light rain moving east of us. Spot sprinkles lingering between York, Seward, Crete, and the Lincoln area. Most of this will come to an end as we head through the next several hours. Temperatures right now are in the 60s and 70s, but here's what it looks like as we head through past tonight into tomorrow. Another round begins right about there by 9 a.m., makes its way into eastern Nebraska by early afternoon, and that's just the beginning. We've got many more waves coming our way, and we could see quite a bit of rainfall, some heavy rain, a possibility, and some severe weather as well.
I know you'll have an update tonight at 10, and that's going to do it for our 6 o'clock. Hope you have a great Friday night, and we'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.
Ernie's